Roddy Sean James is a pet mouse who lives in a luxurious Kensington flat. That morning, Roddy would be left by his owner for quite a long time. Not forgetting the owner named Tabita gave him a pile of food. After confirming that his master was gone, Roddy got out of the cage and immediately started doing a bunch of activities that he had planned in advance. At first you saw that Roddy seemed happy to do it. But when he returned to the cage, Roddy began to realize that he was lonely. In the middle of the night, Roddy heard a suspicious sound. With a flashlight, he went into the kitchen and saw something coming out of the sink. It turns out that the scary figure that scares Roddy is a sewer rat named Sid. He casually entered his house, then ruffled the whole house with his dirty body and body odor. Because it had gone too far, Roddy had the idea to trap Sid. He takes Sid to the toilet, and lies to him by saying that the toilet seat is a jacuzzi bath.
Now you hop in and I'll press this lever.
But Roddy didn't expect it. Sid knew it was a toilet, and this is what happened. Roddy is pushed by Sid, then doused until he loses his luxurious life in Kensington. After a long time drifting in the sewer water, Roddy arrived at a dark and very disgusting place. Because of panic, Roddy got out of there and fell in a city whose inhabitants are rats. He was surprised, because he just found out there is a city in the underworld. They also live a normal life like humans. Because Roddy wanted to go home, he asked one of the police there to help him take him home to the world above. However, the police did not believe him, until Roddy accidentally met a merchant who told him to meet with Rita, the owner of the Jammy Dodger ship, if he wanted to return to the upper world. Escorted by a merchant rat, Roddy arrived at Jammy Dodger. When he met Rita, Roddy had not had time to express his wish, because Rita's mortal enemy suddenly appeared. He had been ordered to be quiet, but Roddy accidentally turned on the ship's horn and made Rita's whereabouts known to the enemy. Rita, who is annoyed with Roddy's behavior, tries to run away, but she fails. The rats immediately caught him and Roddy, then forced Rita to give her ruby stone. Was fooled, but finally Rita's enemy found a ruby which was actually stored in Rita's own trouser pocket. After getting what they wanted, the rats took them to their boss, who turned out to be a frog. Roddy, who claimed that he had helped in getting the stone, immediately asked the frog for a reward to be sent to the upper world. The frog, who heard the name of where Roddy lived, immediately turned good. That's because, according to him, the people who live in Kensington are classy animals like him. Well, you must have been wondering why the frog was targeting Rita's ruby. That's because the frog has a hobby of collecting antique skies. But according to Roddy, those things are just rubbish. Because of that, the frog was angry, and so he took Rita and Roddy to the refrigerator to freeze using liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen? How freezes?
Rita, who did not want to remain silent, tried to escape by telling Roddy to take the paperclip that was in her pants. And the action of escaping them was successfully carried out with a very fast and precise time.
My cubist collection. You see the latest edition. Put that back!
Rita also managed to reclaim her ruby. Rita then took one of the cables that was in that place, causing the electricity to go out throughout the room. They used the opportunity to run away, followed by Roddy, who jumped up and grabbed her pants. But because her belt was torn in her pants sag, they fell. But luckily they are both still fine.
Keep your legs straight!
Rita, whose survival skills were superior to Roddy's, could easily just leave. On the other hand, Roddy also manages to board Rita's ship after being almost caught again by the rats. Unintentionally, the ruby that was being held by Rita was caught by Roddy, and he used it as a guarantee for him to come along. But after being seen by Roddy, it turns out that the ruby is fake. Rita, who doesn't know much about gemstones, says that the ruby is real and is furious when Roddy breaks it.
We was gonna change my life!
Can we just talk about this?
No!
Well, maybe the queen wears fake jewelry.
Kate, stand and raise the fucking palace!
FYI, the ruby turned out to be a gift from Rita's father, which was obtained very hard. So understand, if Rita is very angry with Roddy,
Roddy's and James saves the day.
But since it had already happened, Rita couldn't do anything about it. Feeling bad, Roddy also offered a ruby stone that was original from where he lived. With a condition, Rita must deliver Roddy first. But before they leave, Rita must get the map her father keeps at home. They end up going to Rita's house. Seeing that one family welcome Rita with joy, made Roddy touched. Rita's family thinks that Roddy is Rita's boyfriend, even though he is nothing. Long story short, Rita also told her goal, but she was rejected by her father because it was too dangerous to go to the world above. Despite being lured by money, her father still refuses because Rita's safety is the main priority. There's no other way, Rita said, to hand over Roddy to the frog, because Roddy is now the frog's wanted man. Roddy, who overheard this, became angry and decided to leave, then took Rita's boat. But in the middle of the way the ship was damaged. Because he couldn't fix it, Roddy could only get angry. At that time, Rita suddenly came and put on an angry face because her ship was stolen. Then don't forget Rita to explain what really happened, if what Roddy has heard is only a misunderstanding. Not having the heart to make Roddy float with the rubber tires, Rita finally pulled him back into the boat. Unexpectedly, the two of them are chased by the frog boss's men, namely Spike and Whitey. A chase ensued between them. However, there are times when Spike manages to get on board, and ends up forcing Rita to increase the speed of the ship until they manage to escape. At the frog's headquarters, the frog came. He was told to take the main cable, which was taken by Rita. The main cable itself is the cable used by the frog boss to control the control room all this time. But before the frog departs, the frog boss invites him to take a look at his memories of when he was with Prince Charles. So in the past, the frog boss was always invited anywhere by the prince. The relationship between the two is also like an inseparable brother. But later on, when the prince got a gift of a cute mouse, the frog boss was forgotten and thrown into the toilet.